like their content's really good, or like they put a story up, I just like try and react to as many people's stories or posts or anything like that.
From when I got that grade C box of absolute poo, pretty much. trying to stay PG.
And like no one wants to do business with a brick, but
Hussle, the fashion selling community.
welcome back to another episode of Let's Talk. My name is Nick, a co-founder of Hussle, a community that Ethan and I have set up for fashion sellers to connect, grow and share together so that we can all get to that place that we want to be. And we are on a mission to contact every single potential person that could benefit from this community. So every time you watch us, like, comment, share, subscribe, any of those good things, you are helping us get one step closer to that goal, and we are very, very grateful for that. Now, Let's Talk is a show where we get on 2 or more guests to really deep dive into a topic, to bounce off each other, and just to have a good, entertaining conversation, which hopefully you can pick up a few tips and tricks along the way. And today we are talking about community, how important it is, what it is, the perspectives, the little things that you can get from being in community, and where we see it going in the future. And I'm talking about this with Caleb Hearn Depop and Ed's Vintage. Now these guys already know each other, they're in a group chat, they speak to each other on a regular basis, so the chemistry is there, and they are heavily involved in the community themselves. Caleb even setting up 4 different group chats for a whole bunch of resellers, just because each group chat is getting filled out, it's getting maxed out, so he has to add on another one every single time. So big players in this community. They've both been going for about a year, and what they've got from this community is absolutely insane, and they recommend every single person to be getting more and more involved, as it is the best way to learn, and we think exactly the same. If you want to find out more about them, both of their links are in the description down below, as well as the link to our Instagram as well, if you wish to get more involved with our community. Now, with no further ado, let's get into the episode. What was your guys' view on the community, whether that's like the vibe of it, the people in it, how connected it is, anything to do with the community as a whole? What's your perspective on it? Caleb, you want to start us off?
Yeah, for sure. When I first started off as a seller, I found it quite hard to get into groups and meet people. And what you guys do is you kind of bring the whole community together, which is great. And since you've been knocking about and everything, I've met so many people. Everyone's spreading love and positivity. I think it's been more like more promoted, so more people are more inclined to do it. But I've met so many people in the community, I can't fault it. But at first, as like a new seller, I can see it can be quite hard to get into that. But once you pass that phase and you start meeting new people, making connections, it's unreal, and the love is actually crazy. So yeah.
Yeah, I agree with that. I agree with that. Like you were saying, obviously at the start, it's really hard to get into it, because up until about about a month ago, when you added me into the group chats, literally I was speaking to a couple of people at most, just trying to get to know people, getting opinions and stuff, and obviously asking people for advice. But now I've joined the group chats, it's literally completely different. The vibe of the group chat is so good. Obviously, I was in the 2 group chats before my other Instagram got taken down and everything, but now in the last 2 days, 200 followers, like everyone's just helped push it so much. Like so much love within the community.
Yeah, that's quite mad, because your Instagram just completely fell off, and you went from what, like 1,500 followers to now having to start up a new one, and you're seeing it grow quick. Yeah,
exactly. Honestly, it was so mad. And then I contacted Caleb and Kat and some other people, just like, oh, yo, put my personal into the group chat and I'll get everything sorted. And then everyone, literally so many people were just sharing it and trying to get people following.
Shall I quickly add on to the group chat, explaining like what we have going on and everything?
Yeah.
All right, so I have a couple group chats going where I add a couple sellers, they can add their friends, I add more people I get in contact with. I've got about 4 group chats. There's still space in any of it, so if any new sellers are looking to get in contact with anyone, you can message me and I'll add you straight into it. But pretty much I put all sellers into one space where they can all talk, they can all put their stuff in there, all support each other, all meet new people, help each other out, and it's a good vibe, isn't it? The group chat's quite good.
Yeah, it's really good.
So what's the purpose of having like the 4 different group chats?
Because they've got too full. Too many people are trying to join. I've had to make 4 of them.
That is mad. Fair play to you, man, bringing the community together.
I'm gonna say.
Yeah, it's crazy, man.
Yeah, he's good.
So Ed, did you see a change from when you first joined one of Caleb's group chats?
Yeah, definitely. Literally, I think it was like a day. I'd obviously all the people in the group chat like started following each other because obviously I followed people in the group chat who I didn't know. Obviously, then you get to speak to people, and now I'm speaking to people away from the group chat that I didn't know before. So obviously, you're just making connections, and obviously, Caleb's helped that happen.
So are you quite proactive about messaging people and building a relationship, or do you just let it happen? Like, just speak in the group chat. And obviously I was speaking to Caleb just before you joined, and he was saying that you're in the group chat, you could tell that you two just clicked, and then you went and built a relationship. Or did you actually go out and like, look, there's this person, this person, they do what I do, let me speak to them a bit more and see what I can get out of this?
I think probably like a few months ago, like when I was like first starting out, I was trying to message as many people as I could, obviously to get help and stuff like that. And I think now, like if I see someone and I was like their content's really good, or like they put a story up, I just like try and react to as many people's stories or posts or anything like that. Obviously, because the more help we get, the more like people will see it. Exactly, like essentially. So obviously, if we're showing other people like love and support and everything like that, and messaging people, then obviously, like you say, we're building connections with people we didn't know like a couple of days ago or whatever.
Yeah. Quickly add on to that. Literally anyone can make a group chat. It's the most simple thing and it works for everyone. And what's good about it is so diverse. Like we have sellers who are selling a complete different range of things to us, and you get to see two different perspectives of the community, which I think is really good. But literally anyone can chuck a group chat together, throw your friends in, tell them to add their friends, and there you go. You've met so many people. So
Yeah, and we've learned a lot from people that do completely different stuff. The thing, you don't need to be people that's like doing what you do. We've spoken to girls who are selling girls' clothes, nothing like what we're doing, and they tell us just this little tip about what lighting they use. Or someone told me the other day that when they bring in a wholesale, they send it out to go and get like dry cleaned and ironed and everything, because it's a big chunk, but it only adds on £1 an item. And then all that time you saved, like it's worth it. And so you just pick up on loads of different tips.
Yeah, you just learn so much from other people. That's the best way, I think, in my opinion. Because I wouldn't be where I am right now if it wasn't for community. I would have been astray doing wrong things, but people have like guided me in the right direction. And as a seller myself, I've started finally getting to that point where I can be a bit more comfortable in my shop, where I can feel happy to put myself out there. I'm more than happy to point people in the right direction and not turn people away. So literally anyone can message me and I can give you advice on anything.
Cool. So have you guys ever had any like opportunities that have come about from engaging in the community? Ed, I know we were talking the other day and you got involved in the community in a different way. Like you have all the sellers and they're all talking, and you're actually within your own community of people that buy from you. You get proper involved with them as well. And you had a mad opportunity come about just the other day.
Yeah, so the guy who's that I'm working with at the moment, a videographer, I actually met him on a night out, and we were just chatting and everything, and showed him my page and everything like that, gave me a follow, and then he got in contact with me like a couple of weeks later, and he was asking about different pieces, like, oh, can I buy this, can I buy that? And then since then he just messages me every now and then. If he sees something he likes, he's like, oh, can I get this? And then we've been talking for a while about doing different projects and everything, but obviously because of lockdown I can't actually physically meet him and do the stuff, but because he's got so many pieces off me, he's managed to do this and do that. And obviously everyone will see in a couple of weeks, maybe even sooner, the full project. But yeah, it's looking really good at the moment.
That is mad how you're on a night out and you are still on the grind. he's there up by the bar about to get a drink. He's like, wait, you see my clothes? Yeah, that is jokes, man. Respect to you, massive respect. And Caleb, how about you?
I think more the community has helped myself as a person, as well as the opportunities it's given me. Because meeting all these people, like I've got all this energy and everything, but like behind that, I'm quite shy and I've got like quite anxiety ridden. But meeting all these people has made me much more confident in myself. I wear all these clothes now. I feel more myself because when you're growing up, going through the like secondary schools and stuff like that, you struggle to express yourself. But now I'm around loads of these sellers who all do the same thing, all wear like the same garms and everything. It's made me feel a lot more comfortable in myself as a person. But yeah, that's probably what.
Mate, that's mad. That's mad. And I don't think anyone would have clocked that you have an issue with your confidence.
Yeah, it's actually quite bad. When we was doing the live stream for your charity stream, I was sat there and my phone was shaking, and my girlfriend was like, holding on to me because I was shaking, like I was panicking because this is like quite a new thing for me. I've never done anything like this, so yeah.
Massive respect, because you put yourself on your page quite a lot. So you're doing mad stuff. I would have never have guessed that you like really struggle with anxiety and stuff, man. You're doing well, for real.
Yeah, thank you. I appreciate that. It's all part of branding, really, isn't it? Because I started off with my Depop. I never knew it was going to get to this stage in the slightest. That's why my name's just Caleb and Depop. I thought I was going to be selling all my old garms I didn't want or whatever, and it started getting more traction. So I was like, I might as well make this brand about me, and like I'll be the front of the brand. And it's worked well because people can see the buyer behind the seller behind the business. I think that's really well to get a personal connection with all your sellers. So
yeah, and that personal connection links perfectly back to Ed's point where he managed to actually like get someone to go off and create a little project for him. Like you can't do that when you're just looking at. If you look at our Depop store, ours is it's called Breezy, but the logo is just a brick. It's just a brick where it's cut out, so it looks like a bee almost. And like no one wants to do business with a brick, but when you got someone's face on there and a connection, then like you could actually build something off of that.
Yeah, I'm so.
So you guys have both had help and met quite a few people. Is there any one of them stood out for any particular reason, whether they've helped you a lot, whether you see what they do in the community, you just really love their store? Who is a standout person in the community for you? Ed, do you want to start us off on this one?
I personally will say Caleb, not just because obviously he's on this podcast and we're doing all this, but Caleb was the first person to introduce me into like pretty much like the community essentially. And and even like back then, like he was helping me, he was like supporting me before like a lot of people were, and then obviously now because of him I've met other people, and like when he was on the charity auction, like literally he was bringing such good vibes, and he always does that throughout like all the different group chats,
the energy that Caleb brought. I wasn't there when he came on the second time, but even I was falling asleep. I had work the next day, but I was falling asleep, and Caleb came on. It's like, what?
Yeah, that's what I bring. I just bring a bit of light to the community. That's all.
Yeah, just good vibes always.
Appreciate it,
100%. And Caleb, who's yours then?
I want to give props to two people. The first person is Cook's Vintage. No, Josh Cook. He was the first person I ever got in contact with through the community, and he started selling me pieces. Like he had too much stock and everything. He started giving me on pieces for really cheap prices, and that kind of helped me start my store off. So it's just building the connections with other sellers so you can start buying their items to sell for yourself at cheap prices. But you've got to give props to Jack Dainty. He's actually crazy. That man, he's got unreal vibes. His page is absolutely beautiful, and he's just a lovely folk, isn't he?
He's just a legend.
He's definitely one of my favourite people in the community, I must say.
Yeah, I think there's a lot of love for Jack out there, man. Yeah. The things that he does is just like how he's so consistent with it as well.
He's unbeatable.
I've never seen someone exactly, man. Like, with all that colour, all that personality. I've not seen anyone. Caleb, you're getting close.
I'll try to get there. I'm not quite there yet, though.
You know, you got like Jack Dainty up here, and you got Caleb's like slowly coming up.
Yeah.
When did you guys first get involved with Depop and like the community, and why Depop? What came about?
Well, I used to just sell all my old clothes and everything like that, like everyone does on Depop. Yeah. And then I stopped selling stuff for ages because obviously I didn't have anything to go on there. And I started the week before my birthday last year, so it's been like 8-9 months now. And I just got to a point where I was like, started wearing new clothes, started wearing all this like vintage clothes, all these like oversized sweatshirts, everything like that. And I started looking into it, and I was like, oh, there could be something here. Like there could be something here for me. So obviously I started doing all the research and everything like that. And because I already had that little bit of a platform with like my reviews and everything like that on Depop, I was just like, you know what, why not give it a go? And like Kane was saying, I didn't think I was going to be here, like where I am now, with like knowing all the people that I know and getting all like everyone behind me in the community. And like just the whole support of everyone. Really, I never thought it would come to this.
Yeah, it's crazy. I literally put a post out yesterday saying that like 4 or 5 years ago, Ethan and I had no idea what Depop was, and now here today in contact with all like loads of these sellers every single day, and it's mad. It's actually crazy. If you think about what could happen in the next 4 or 5 years from now,
It's mental.
like who you're gonna know, like what your store's gonna be like, all of those things. It's crazy. So, Caleb, how do you get going then?
So I've always like Ed been selling the stuff that I didn't want anymore from my wardrobe. That's how it all started. And you start seeing a casual growth and a demand. So what I did, because I had no clue, I went straight to eBay, didn't know anything about wholesalers or anything, and I bought this box of like grade C windbreaker jackets, sort of missing zips, had holes and rips in them. But it was honestly one of the best things I could do because it was a learning experience, and I've never found pieces like it again. They're actually beautiful. They're like these like rave windbreakers. I haven't found anything since. But that was on like around my birthday, which is the 22nd of this month. So it'll be a year on the 22nd that I've been properly selling from when I got that grade C box of absolute poo, pretty much. trying to stay PG. Yeah, they were awful, but I still managed to shift them, and I just got a love for it. It was during the summer. I was going out every day, getting photos, just out and about. All my friends were knocking about with me. It's a good vibe to do Depop because it opens you up to so many more different things. You can enjoy life a lot more. But yeah, that's pretty much how I got started off.
Mm-hmm. So one of our ideas is we want to get the community together and we want to do an event like in person. And I'm hoping you guys would want to be there. But I'm just thinking if we have a little brainstorm together right now, and like you just let me know what kind of things would you want to be there? Because I've got a little view in my head, but maybe you guys got a few ideas that could have something a bit different.
I was thinking, so you did like the charity stream, like a proper auction, get one of them men who like speak 100 miles per hour, throwing up pieces here and here, one of them. Yeah. I think that would be a right crack.
Oh, mate, no, that could be sick. Everyone get their little paddles. No, that's a sick idea. Yeah, you know what? I would get someone going around. You seen White Chicks?
Yes, yeah.
You know when he's going around and they're bidding on the girls, he's like stamping on someo's foot and all of that. That's going to be a
She's going around doing that.
She's going to pinch up the arms.
Exactly. Go on, what else are you saying there? Because I want this to be big. I want like music. I want maybe a couple of people's stalls to be there. Like, what are you guys thinking?
I think obviously it shouldn't. I don't think it should just be like solely sellers, like you say, like music and stuff. So I think obviously bring people from other communities in as well.
Yeah.
So, like DJs, for example, if you want music, bring people who do stuff like that. Not people who just do clothes. Obviously, you've got people who do jewelry and tattoo artists and everything like that. I think bringing everyone in, because it will make the vibe so much better. Because obviously, everybody there, if they're all interested in clothes, especially if you're having like stalls and stuff like that, not everybody's gonna want to buy stuff that they're selling essentially. Obviously, with that, the auction and stuff like that, charity auction, everyone's going to be getting involved with that. That's a really good idea. So obviously, when you did it on the live stream, that worked so well. But if you bring people from other communities in, I think it will just make it more diverse. Like all the group chats, like Kaylin was saying, it just makes the vibe so much better.
Yeah, no, I agree with you there. I think it's all the same sort of people as well. It's like a slightly creative thing, like you're saying, with the people that do like tattoos and jewelry and all of that. It's all just sort of like creating an image, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, no, I thought that day's going to be sick, man. I just want to be there with the sun shining, couple of stage. Oh, mate, it'd just be mad. I know Ethan's going to want to get on stage and chat some shit. I can imagine Caleb wanting to chat some shit as well.
And his back out and everything, yeah?
Yeah, exactly. We'll just give Caleb a mic. I'm sure you could go on for a while.
Yeah, that'd be good. Also, something to add into there is because obviously sustainability, shopping local and everything is coming on the rise. You could look into getting some local businesses for like supplying the drinks or whatever. Like everything's like homegrown, local, whatever. Get some food, get some like... Just bang it out with loads of food, loads of drinks. You've got tattoos, you've got music, you've got clothes. Like, what else could you want? Like, that's
the thing. We've got to get everyone pissed. As soon as we get everyone pissed, the tattoo artists are going to be laughing.
I'll get your brick logo tattooed on my arm.
Yeah, I'm holding you to that.
No, I'll be to that. Oh shit, I should have said that.
Yeah, it's too late. It's been recorded.
You
It's
said it
going
now.
on YouTube. It's on Spotify. Ed's been here.
Oh,
Ed
I've
can
screwed
verify.
Yeah, as a witness now.
Yeah, exactly. You fucked it, mate. So there's our conversation about the community, and I hope you can see the sincerity of what we are saying. Every single one of us there is saying that the best way for you to learn, for you to grow, for you to become better, or even just to get connected and meet a few people is by getting involved in the community. And if you picked up on what they were saying, they're saying they're doing that by responding to stories, by creating group chats and DMing, and even just interacting with people's posts. When you get people's names popping up, you get familiar with it. So when you start a conversation, you're more likely to help that person out, or just give a few tips and tricks, or just check out what they are doing. You've always got to put the interest in someone else first before they're going to get it back to you. It's very, very rare that someone just picks up what you're doing from out of the blue and starts to take an interest in you. So get involved, get proactive, and get stuck in with this community, because there is a lot to be learned and a lot of fun to be had. I hope you guys enjoyed the conversation. Like I said at the start, the links are in the description down below. Make sure you check them out. Caleb and Ed are both great guys. Really enjoyed this conversation, and I'm looking forward to meeting them hopefully this summer.